guys, my name is Jasmine and I am your small town gray witch here to actually do an unboxing with you. So, what we're unboxing today is the Witch's Roots. First off, it comes in a packaging like this, and you rip that off. The most that it says on the packaging is W Moon Shop, so if you're a little kind of hiding in it, that's totally fine. They do have the clear packaging, and then once you open that up, you get the box. So, this is from The Witch's Moon. So, thewitchesmoon.com. I'll put the link in the description. The Witch's Moon is of 3 categories. We have the Witch's Roots today. So, the Witch's Moon, the Witch's Bounty, and then you have the Witch's Roots. So, the Witch's Moon is their top tier. And it comes with magical tools and things like that, and usually a ritual, not necessarily a moon ritual, but a ritual that they feel that you need in your life. When it comes to the Witch's Bounty, they focus on crystals, pendants, so on and so forth, and that's the middle tier, and also one of the cheaper options. So the first tier is the most expensive, and then you have the Witch's Roots, which is the lowest tier. It comes in a box like this. Just so you're aware, for US, it's $30 with shipping. For Canada, it's $36. And for international, so outside the US and Canada, it is $39. And that includes shipping. So, what do you get in this box before I open it? You usually always get an oracle card that they pick just for you. You get a candle, usually hand rolled in like the beeswax, so like you get the beeswax candle, which I love. You get an incense, you get a herb, you get grimoire pages, usually about said herb, and then you will also get usually a stone or a crystal with this set, and then they give you a couple other things, but at least those things you get almost every time. And if you go on their website and go into up and coming, you'll see kind of, they don't tell you exactly what the box is about, but this box is labeled The Witch's Watcher, and it gives you a little synopsis, usually very whimsical and metaphoric synopsis of what the box is. So it never clearly tells you. I know that the main picture had an owl in it, and it talked about almost the beings of the dark. So we're gonna get to see what's actually the whole thing. Sometimes they're very clear and you know exactly what they're about. Sometimes it's a little kind of guess and check. And I like that because I'm one of those people who really want to know, but I'll also ruin the surprise for myself. So this kind of gives you a little taste of what the box is without actually saying what the box is. So we're going to open the box and I'll show you each thing. It always smells delicious. They give you usually a little paper. They've given you a little card or something like that that tells you exactly what's each thing. So we will look at that kind of as we go or after. I don't like necessarily reading that the first time. So like I said, they will always give you an oracle card that is suited and picked just for you. I don't mind sharing mine. I like to put them on my altar and then kind of reflect on them throughout the month. So this says, balance your commitments. Promote equilibrium in all things. Dang straight with everything that's going on. I am trying to fit like 20 different things into my thing, including raising money for a animal shelter in my neighborhood, or technically local to me, by doing tarot card readings. There's going to be an event coming up for my hometown. That's why I'm not giving you that information. I have a couple different camping trips with friends. I'm working, trying to get money for those things. So yeah, balancing everything is definitely a thing with the next month coming up, especially. So balance your commitments. Yeah, thanks. I smacked me right in the face on that one. A lot of these do pertain, but a lot of them I have to sit there and try to figure out. This one's a little more obvious of how it pertains, but that's shadow work for you. So we have a gorgeous grimoire page. on the owl. I told you that there was an owl in the picture, so this does not surprise me. They do not wish you to copy these and give them to your friends and stuff. This is handmade artwork just for you. Anyone who gets the boxes or can go to the site to buy it, but try not to print out copies for people. It's small business kind of thing. We don't want to rip off those people, but this is gorgeous artwork. It talks about the magical properties of owls, the habitats, the animals that go with owls, the names, so on and so forth. It gives you a whole little description. I love these because honestly, I like that it's pretty and I can put it in my grimoire when things, I keep all of them, and then if they pertain, I'll put them in my grimoire. I don't just stick everything in my grimoire. I kind of want it to be mine, but. And then we usually get at least one grimoire page that is of the herb we're gonna get. So usually if it's the grimoire page of sage, then we'll get sage. So this one is Saltsfoot. Coltsfoot. So sometimes the fancy writing gets to me in the front, so I just skim down to get a better view of conceptually what the word is. So it's Coltsfoot. Magical properties: dream work, love, passion, peace, prophecy, tranquility, and visions. Coltsfoot is a cherished, versatile herb in many magical traditions, often used for its protective and healing properties. Burning coltsfoot is an incense can attract love and tranquility, while also aiding in astral travel and dream work. So this is actually right up my freaking alley. I love dream work. It is my thing. So totally excited for this. Actually, and with all the different picturing of the different flower, I'm wondering if we're going to get the flower, the leaf, or the root. It doesn't quite say, so I'm kind of curious about how it will look in its form that it gives us. So, oh, and sometimes they do give an oil, but so I pulled out just some wrap, so it looks like something got loose in the box. So hopefully everything's all good. It looks like just the oil got loose. I'm gonna pull some things out and I'll show you, and I'm gonna put them to the side because they always give us little extras, and I like to open those last. So we're gonna put this little box that I just pulled out to the side, and we are going to pick up this tumbled stone. So let's open it, shall we? It really looks like red jasper, if I had to guess, but I'm not quite sure. It's a really, that's a really good kind of side view. It's a really reddish brown color with little black specks in it. I know it's kind of, but you're seeing the colors when I tilt it. And it is a tumbled stone, so I wonder what it is. This is where I'm going to pick up and sneak a peek. Oh, it's a mahogany obsidian. So I was totally wrong on the red jasper. I'm not a stones girl. I'm not a gems girl. I actually will end up cutting the strip out, folding it, and putting it in the bag with the gems, so that way I can kind of keep track. It's a trick I've learned. If you just slice up this paper, just go snoop snoop, because who really keeps these papers other than for the knowledge? So I actually make use of them. I'll cut out the section, I'll fold it up, and then I'll put it in the little bag with the stones, so that way I have what it is right there. So let's look at mahogany obsidian tumbled stone. This beautiful stone of encouragement and togetherness is a great tool to use while creating appropriate environment to receive messages and guidance from the spirits beyond. That's actually really exciting. So I'm not going to cut it up now. I will do that later before I package everything away, because I like to sort through things and make sure everything has its spot. I have a whole cabinet full of things. So, let's pull out the oil. So, it's a guided, is what it's called. It's guided oil. And it has the different birds, owl outlines on it. It has some herbs in it. I can't tell what. We'll see if we can smell it, tell, and then I'll take a peek at the paper. It does have a very woodsy scent, almost floral, but with some kind of like root herb. Very, very woody. Not piney, but like floral and wood. Smell like a mahogany smell almost. So let's look. Guided magical anointing oil. A important blend has been created to push you towards your visionary aspects. As you work with this oil, allow your mind to consider many possibilities in the world or current reality. As ideas begin to fill your thoughts, recognize these glimpses of your guides. The special blend has been created with the oils of vanilla, lavender, clove, tobacco, and our Astral Visions oil blend. So they never 100% tell you, but maybe the tobacco was the woodsy smell. I'm not used to tobacco smell in my oils, so I always think that tobacco is like a woodsy smell. It makes me think old time when it's actually a tobacco. Coffee always makes me think chocolate. It's just my nose. So that's probably, and then the whole vanilla and lavender is probably that florally lavender smell. The sweet floral is probably vanilla with lavender mixture. Makes perfect sense. With the cloves especially, that would give that warm smell, which always makes me think. So that's actually really cool. It's kind of helps to guide you in your visionary quest. So, what next? We have the stone. We had all the artwork. We have the oil. Ooh. So it's the leaf of the plant. Remember how I was kind of curious of if they're going to give us the root, the flower, or the leaf? So it's coltsfoot leaf. So this is the leaf. You can see it's very powdery in the back. And they usually give you a pretty decent sized amount. I'm curious to smell things. I mean, if it's an incense, it's got to smell, right? It smells like a basil leaf or... yeah, like a parsley leaf. If you've ever smelled parsley, you've probably smelled this. Pretty leafy smell, nothing too... but I'm excited because of the way it's ground up. It can be easily rubbed on a candle, burned on a coal disc, so on and so forth. And if it's incense, it's okay to burn. That's one thing that I've always learned. If you read it and it says it's used for incense, it's okay to burn. Because we want to be safe. Always be safe, not sorry. So, so a lot of the times they put these candles in a kind of like a wax paper. This time they put it in a plastic. Some witches don't like plastic. This I don't mind because I can see the candle and I will peel this off and I'll end up reusing it. So it's Guide Me from the Witch's Roots for magical... I can't read the last word. It's too cursive-y. For magical life, I want to say. It doesn't look like it's coated in anything, so you can always dress your own candles in this one, but it's definitely black, which I don't get many. We don't get many black candles for some odd reason in the Witch's Roots. You think white and black would be like the most given, but actually they give out colors, which is really, really nice because most all like mystical, Wiccan, witchcraft, anything shops usually always have white and black candles, and it's the colors that they don't have. But I use black candles a lot for protection magic, divinity work, things like that, because I figured it's a way of bringing in my shadow, and it's also a way of protecting me as I travel. So I love black candles. This one is gorgeous. It has the owl theme on top of it. I'm going to keep it in its plastic bag because I think that is amazing. And then, before we get to that little box, like I said, they usually always have an incense. This looks like Dispel incense. It's a ritual incense, Dispel. You can see the, looks like a Dispel. Dispel incense. I like not always knowing what they smell like. When it comes to actually reading what they smell like, I'll just smell them, and if they smell amazing, awesome. If they don't, that's cool too. But usually incense smells amazing, but I don't go into the what's in it, lavender, this, that, and the other thing for the incense. It's Dispel. So it's a very sweet smell. It's exactly what you think incense would smell like. Kind of like a Nag Champa, but a little sweeter. I would even say it could be Nag Champa. Yeah. It's going to smell, your whole house, if you burn these, it's going to smell like a wood shop. That's what these smell like. They smell like a wood shop, and it's awesome. So, we have the incense. We have the tumbled stone. We have the oil, your visionary guided oil. We have the candle. We have the colt's foot, so you can actually work with the herb that you're learning about. We have the 2 grimoire pages. We have your personal tarot card. And then we have this last little special thing. So I wonder what this last little special thing is. I always save the little special things for last. They always give you a little special thing, whether it be necklace, jewelry, awesomeness. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. So it has a ribbon kind of thing, and then this is the pendant. And it's just a beautiful owl pendant. And then there's nothing on the back. It's just textured. But this right here is a beautiful owl pendant. So they always give you that little extra thing. And this is just gorgeous. That's awesome. So that's the last little thing. And it goes right in the jewelry box. With a little, I like to put them back, and I'll sort through them and put them away and take care of them after, cleanse them if I feel the need to. But I actually like these boxes because I kind of feel the witch's energy who made the box. But I also know that they are very mass produced, so sometimes it really depends on the energy I'm feeling. If I cleanse them, I tend to cleanse them before I actually work with them, so I don't actually always cleanse them when I put them away. But that is the Witch's Roots box. Heads up, just because I always should say it, I am not sponsored. They don't even know I exist. I paid for this box with my own money, and they have no idea I'm probably even doing this other than them putting a name on a package for me. So, just putting that out there, completely honest review, because I'm not even sponsored. Not even. That sounded really arrogant. You get what I'm saying. Sorry about that. I just really like this box, so I always want to share it with you. Another box, if you're interested, if this box doesn't float your boat, another box that comes every 3 months instead of every month was Tamed Wild. I used to get them They were monthly for a while, but then they became a 3-month box, and they kind of do a bigger thing because they are 3 months. You pay a bigger amount, but that's because they give you larger items, and then it's 4 times a year. So every 3 months you'll get something that actually works for the 3-month span. It's just they couldn't do a single box every time, so that's how they converted to it. So I converted to the Witch's Roots because I like getting my monthly little things. It kind of makes everything a little spooky. It tends to line up with what I need it to in a weird way. Not always, but definitely in a weird way. And if it's not for me, I tend to pass it on to somebody I think could use it. So, spread the magic out. Alright, so again, I will link thewitchesmoon.com in the bio. So if you want to go and check them out, I totally suggest it. And whether you want to get them or not, you don't need any of this stuff. Go out and get it from nature if you really want to too. But most of all, and most importantly, go do magic.